So we're looking at this worksheet. This is a continuation from yesterday. We are going to be probably looking at taking our first quiz next week sometime. Our quiz are based on everything we've learned so far. So everything we've learned so far is like area, right? Trapezoid. It's going to look very similar like a do now, but just longer. Also, this stuff that we've been learning this week, which is fractions, decimals, and percents. Something that you first started learning in 6th grade. Okay? All right. So, number 1. So, I like this side. This side makes me happy because all your denominators are either 10 or 100. If it's 10, you're going to set it up equal to 100, right? Because you can. So, from yesterday, 10 times what is 100? Times 10. So, what's 3 times 10? 30. Now, the directions are asking you to convert the following fractions into decimals. Well, I still have a fraction, right, Mike? Not Michael. Okay, so you have 30 over 100. When you have 100, it is making you happy. The reason it's making you happy is because your answer is on top. This is your answer, okay? You are going to move it 2 times, 1 and a 2. Move your decimal 2 times. So therefore, my final answer is 0.30. Okay? So when you have a denominator of 100, your answer is on top. You just have to move it 2 times. Got it? All right. Let's go down to number 3. Is the denominator already 100? Yes. So what we do is we just move our decimal 1 and 2, and what's our final answer? 0.48. Yeah, so number 3 is way easier than number 1, but number 1 is also pretty easy, right? All right. Number 5, set it equal to 100, please. Number 5, set it equal to 100. Number 5, set it equal to 100. All right, so we set it equal to 100, and we know 10 times 10 is 100, so I multiply the top by 10. What's 26 times 10? 260. Do you guys know the shortcut about multiplying by 10? What's the shortcut?
Steal the 0 and give it to the top.
Oh, steal the 0. I like that. No, stealing is bad. Boo. When you multiply by 10, any number, when you multiply by 10, you're just adding the 0. So you take the 26 and you just place a 0. That's the shortcut for multiplying by 10. Just pop a 0. All right, how many times do I move my decimal from this fraction?
2 times.
1, 2. So it is 2.60. Augustine, you need to respect other people. No, you're being rude, okay? I understand that you are understanding this at a faster rate, but I and you both have to understand that, okay, kids are not learning at this fast, super fast, and they need to pay attention, and they don't want to hear this voice. Okay, we'll go with that. All right.
I had the chance.
Number 7. How many times do you move it? 1, 2. 1, 2. So what is my decimal? So pretty easy, right? If it's 10, convert it into 100. If it's already 100, you're done in 2 seconds. All right. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to finish 2, 4, 6, 8 with work. 2, 4, 6, 8. 3 minutes. Let me set my timer. You probably will finish before that. Number 2 is really easy because your answer is right there, right? Good job. Number 4, you gotta multiply by 10. Gotta multiply by 10. Nice. All right, continue this part, easy part. Move it twice. You only need it once.
Miss Emily, is this right?
Is this one?
Guess so. Guess what? G has now been transferred over. What do you mean?
I'm top L now.
Yes. Well, yeah. Careful with number 6. Yes. Careful with number 6. If you're gonna make a mistake, it's probably gonna be number 6. Good.
Actually, I'm top G now.
Number 6, you gotta move it twice. And then what do you fill that empty space with? Yeah, but what do kids do? Yeah, if you wrote this for number 6, or without this, if you wrote 0.5, no bueno. It's wrong. Yeah. So this one, you have to move it 2 times, 1, 2, and this empty space is a 0, so 0.05. Miss Amelie, isn't this and this the same thing? No, this is 5 cents, and this is 50 cents, right? So 5 cents, a nickel, and this up here is 50 cents. So totally not the same. This is 50 cents.
You're right.
All right. Quickly do the bottom part. Matching. All you have to do is match like the digits, right?
Can I do the back?
We will do the back. There is a shortcut I want to teach you on the back, though.
It's hard. I was gonna do this part too.
Period 3. Period 3 is 16. Yeah, B is just match. Literally, B, you don't even need to do math, right? You just look for the numbers. All right. You okay? Finish the page in 3 minutes. Okay. Oh, letter C is not C. C is not C. C is not C. If you put C, you did the mistake of this. Yes. For the front side? What'd you get for C?
I got E.
Yeah. I checked your other answers before. So.
There's B.
Oh, well, B is like, everyone should get B right? Because you just have to like 62, 62, 39, 39, 4, and 4, right? Like you really can't mess that up. I would be scared if you mess this one up, right? Okay, we're good. We're feeling great, right? It's pretty easy. Okay, cool. The back is super hard. There's always a... Okay. Now, the reason the backside is, quote, hard is because these numbers aren't 10 or 100, right? They're weird, different numbers. So the first thing I told you is, well, if they're weird numbers, you're going to have to do long division, right? And then we frown and we cry. Well, first off, I like to introduce to you your best friends, okay? So these numbers up here on my board, which will stay here for a very long time, maybe the whole school year, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20, 25, and 50 are your new BFFs for the rest of your math career, okay? Yay, you just gained a bunch of friends. Does anybody know why I call these your best friends? Why are these particular numbers your best friends? Yes?
Oh, I just saw the 5. I was about to say because they're equal.
Okay. Yes?
They're equal to 100.
They can all be equal to 100. And that's huge in 7th grade and the rest of your math career. These numbers can all be set up equal to 100. So that's why it's your best friend. So if you see these numbers on fractions, set them equal to 100. They're also really good to simplify with. Like if I had the numbers 30 and 45, what can I simplify by? 5, right? If I had 60 over 70, what can I simplify by? 10. So these are really good numbers to also use to simplify. Okay? BFFs, best friends. Okay. So what I want you to do is let's start with number 5. We're gonna be jumping around here. I'm gonna start you with some easy ones and then transition you into harder ones, but slowly. Okay, why did I start you off with number 5? Because the 5. We like 5s. 5s are really, really good best friend. You can trust them.
So the other ones are fake.
Yeah.
But didn't you just say that?
They're your best friend, but you know that friend that also is kind of like, don't really
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
it. Yeah. But 5, nah, 5's always there. 5
Damien and Gabriel.
for life.
Do you have Damien? Like Damien Manzano?
Okay, how many? I don't know. I barely know first names, let alone last names. Come on, give me a week.
Because if you have them, sorry.
Been 3.
Nice. Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, my bad.
Jeez. You just get to memorize 6 new teachers. We get to memorize like 200 kids. How many times does 5 go into 100? 20. So that means I'm going to have to multiply the top by 20. Good. So 6 times 20, so you can go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20. So it's 120, which means what decimal? So now you go back to what we did on the front side. 1.2 or 120. We good? All right, can you do number 4 and then number 6? The reason I want you to do 4 and 6 is because you got some best friends in there and they're all going to support you. Okay, number 4, set it equal to 100. Let's go. Number 4, do it before I do it. Set it equal to 100. I'm going to go over it. But simplify number 1. And then your best friend will appear. I do have a shortcut to show you. All right. Dude, you gotta do something. I mean, when the teacher goes, hey, do number 4, set it equal to 100, and I don't see you doing this, I'm extremely like, what happened? What happened? All right, 4 times what is 100?
25.
Times 25 times 25, right? Then 5 times 25? 125. What's my decimal?
1.25.
Nice. All right, number 6, set it equal to 100. So, yeah, that one's another one. Be careful, right? If you write 0.8, you would be wrong. Because you have to move it how many times? 2. So it would be 0.08. All right. You can, but I have another shortcut to show you, which is why we start here. There's a reason why for my madness.
Ends at 216, right?
Correct. We're okay. All right. Number 1. Focus. I'm gonna teach you something new. Okay, Richard. So we're paying attention. We're not wasting our batteries. So you last for coming up. Okay. Number 1. Pay attention. I'm gonna teach you something new. Number 1. You have an 8. 8's not your best friend. So you're just like, Yesterday, what I taught you was, hey, if you have an 8, I'm sorry to say, you're going to have to do some long division, right? You put the 2 inside, the 8 outside. But wait! There's a shortcut I didn't show you yesterday, yes? Now, that's the long division. But I have something better that we're going to pay attention to. All right? You're going to simplify. Not multiply. Divide. Because we're simplifying. We're writing this down. And we start thinking like, where is she going with this? So, what simplifying is asking yourself, what number can I divide the top and the bottom by? And it cannot be bigger than the smallest number.
1, 4.
What number can I divide by?
2.
I cannot be bigger than the small. So this is my smallest number. It can't be bigger than this number.
1.
Oh, 1 doesn't count.
Oh, 2.
What is it?
2.
2. So this is called simplifying. I feel like we need practice on it. All right. So what's 2 divided by 2? 1. What's 8 divided by 2? And all of a sudden you see a best friend. So instead of doing the long division right away, check to see if you can simplify. I mean, sometimes you can't and you're going to have to do this. Sucks. But sometimes you can and it's like, oh my gosh, literally by doing this, I just made this problem 10 times easier. Finish it out. I'm trying to make the math easier, but you have to put in the effort too. Okay? If you just sit there and copy me, it's not going to stick. If you sit there, follow along, listen, write this down, try, you're going to slowly start understanding me. Or quickly. Some of you are quickly. All right, what do we put on top? What number?
25.
25. So that means my decimal is 0.25. All right, number 3, 9 and 12. 12 ain't my best friend. Sorry, 12. Now, I could do I really want to put the 9 inside and the 12 outside and put a 0 decimal 0? Do I really want to think about how many times 12 go into 90?
Yes.
Okay, you do. But I'm going to ask myself, can I simplify first?
3.
Yes. Can I take a number and divide 9 and 12 by?
3.
Yes. And if you're really good at your multiplication table, the 3 will pop in your head. The more we don't have our multiplication table memorized, the more this looks like a foreign language. And you're like, I don't know. Well, I guess I have to do this. You got to practice your multiplication table. So, Richard said 3, and he's correct. All right? Simplify that. You all have the skills to simplify that. I mean, you should. Okay, what's 9 divided by 3?
3.
What's 12 divided by 3?
4.
Ah, best friend. Best friend. So now that I have a 4, I can just set it equal to 100. Instead of doing this crazy stuff, right? We're trying to avoid long division. Yes, I know I told you we have to do it, but if we can avoid it, let's avoid it. What's our top number? 75. How do we get that? For kids who are like, how did she get that? How did we all get that?
Times by 25.
Multiply by 25. Okay. So what's our decimal? We actually are not done with this. 0.75. All right. Can you do that? The same thing we just did here to number 8. So the same strategy of simplifying to number 8. So can you try simplifying number 8?
But the number can be bigger than the denominator.
The number cannot be bigger than the smaller number. No matter if it's on top or bottom. Like here, it can't be bigger than 2. Here, it can't be bigger than what number? 8, right? That doesn't mean 8 is the number you're using. That's your limit. 8 can't be bigger than 8. So what number that's smaller than 8 can I divide 18 and 8 by?
2.
4 does not work. You can't divide 18 divided by 4. You get it now? So what can I divide 18 and 8 by? 2. So everybody should be dividing the top and the bottom by 2. And someone, I need my multiplication table. Cool, awesome, take it out. What do we get when we divide by 2? What's the top number? 9. Good. What's the bottom number? 4. Hey, 4 is your best friend. 4 is your best friend. Didn't I tell you to divide by 2? Like 30 hours ago? Why are we not dividing? Just bring it up to me. Extra? Thank you. Alright, your homework, Daniel, make sure you do it. There's some easy ones, there's some hard ones, but... Oh, do you want me to call home like at 5 or 6 to remind you? Okay. Break.